Hello, welcome back to Kim Reads as we continue with Wicked. Chapter 12 of The Murder and Its Afterlife. One afternoon, a few weeks later, Liir came back from a ramble, all hot and bothered. The witch hated to hear how he had been hobnobbing again with the wizard's soldiers down at the Redwood Windmill. They had news, a dispatch from the Emerald City, he said. A delegation of strangers got to see the wizard, and just a girl. Dorothy, they said, a girl from the other land, and some friends. The wizard hasn't allowed an audience with his subjects in years. He works through ministers, they say. A lot of soldiers think he died long ago, and it's a palace plot to safeguard the peace. But Dorothy and her friends got in, and they saw him, and told everyone what it was like. Well, said the witch, imagine all that. All of Oz, loyal and otherwise, is yapping about this Dorothy. What did the fools say next? The dispatch soldier said the guest asked the wizard to grant them some wishes. The scarecrow asked for a brain. Nick Chopper, the Tin Woodsman, asked for a heart, and the Cowardly Lion asked for courage. And I supposed Dorothy asked for a shoehorn. Dorothy asked to be sent home. I hope she gets her wish. But Liir got coy. Oh, come on, I'm too old to be put off by my supper by gossip, she snapped. Liir flushed with guilty pleasure. The soldier said the wizard had rejected the odd request. And you're so very surprised? The wizard told Dorothy that he would grant them their wishes when they had... You haven't stuttered in years. Don't start again or I'll beat you. Dorothy and her friends have to come in here and kill you, he finished. The soldier says because you murdered an old lady in Shiz. A famous old lady, and you're an assassin. Also, you're crazy, they said. I'm more likely murderer than those incompetent vagabonds could be, she said. He was just trying to get rid of them. Probably he's instructed his own Gale forcers to slit the girl's throat as soon as she's safely out of the limelight. And no doubt the wizard had confiscated the shoes. It galled her. But how flattered she felt that the news of her attack had gotten out. By now she was sure she had killed Madame Morrible. It only makes sense she had. But Liir shook his head. The funny thing is, he said, is that Dorothy is called Dorothy Gale. The soldiers at Red Windmill said the Gale forcers wouldn't touch her. They're too superstitious. What do these soldiers know of intrigue stationed here out of the edge of the moon? Liir shrugged. Aren't you impressed that the Wizard of Oz even knew who you were? Are you a murderer? Oh, Liir, you'll understand when you're older. Or anyway, not understanding will become second nature and it won't matter. I wouldn't harm you, if that's what you mean. But you sound surprised that I should know that the Emerald City. Just because you disobey me and treat me like a refuse, do you think the whole world does? Yes, she was pleased. But do you know, Liir, if there's the slightest chance that there's any truth to these rumors, you better stay away from Red Windmill for a while. They might kidnap you and hold you for ransom until I give myself up to this schoolgirl and her needy companions. I want to meet Dorothy, he said. You're not that age already. Please preserve us, she said. I always intended to pickle you before you got to puberty. Well, I'm not getting kidnapped, so don't worry, he said. Besides, I want to be here when they get here. Worry is the last thing I'd do if you got kidnapped, she answered. Be your own damn fault, and a great relief to me to have one less mouth to feed. Oh well, and who'd carry the firework up the stairs every winter? I'd hire that Nick Chopper fellow. His axe looks pretty sharp to me. You seen him? Liir's mouth dropped open. No, you haven't. I have, as a matter of fact, she said. Who says I don't travel in the best circles? What's she like? He said, his face eager and bright. You must have seen Dorothy, too. What's she like, Auntie Witch? Don't you auntie me. You know that makes me sick. He pestered without stopping until he finally she had to screech at him. She's a beautiful little dolt who believes everything everybody tells her. And if she gets here and you tell her you love her, she'll probably believe you. Now get out of here. I have work to do. He lingered at the door and said, the lion wants courage, the tin man and the heart, and the scarecrow brains. Dorothy wants to go home. What do you want? A little peace and quiet. No, really. She couldn't say forgiveness, not to Liir. She started to say a soldier to make fun of his mooning affections over the guys in uniform. But realizing, even as she said it would hurt, she caught herself halfway and in the end came out of her mouth surprised at both. She said, a soul. He blinked at her. And you? She said in a quieter voice. What would you want, Liir, if the wizard could get you anything? A father, he answered. And that's the end of that chapter. See you later.